Now, last night's college football playoff semifinal game between Notre Dame and Penn State. Now, that's the stuff. Now, Texas and Arizona State played an exciting football game. Outside of that, the college football playoffs have not been very competitive.
Agreed.
And last night would have been, had these been the four teams that the College Football Playoff Committee taken, if this was under the usual way of doing things. And that's making a huge leap because schedules would have been different, and maybe Ohio State would have been one of the four and Penn State wouldn't have been. I don't know who would have made it, who wouldn't have made it. But let's just say Penn State and Notre Dame would have been two of the four. Well, that looked like a college football playoff game last night, didn't it? Now, that was something. And that was a superb defensive battle. And both of these defenses, again, I know it was 27-24 in the very end, but both of these defenses, terrific. Let me just say this about Penn State's number 11. We're going to see Abdul Carter do professionally.
Do work.
What we saw him do collegiately. I don't think there's any question about it. I think he might be a top 5 pick. Last night, Chris, you were texting like Notre Dame's offense can't do very much. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's what happens when you're going against a Pro Bowl pass rusher.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Not an All-American, a Pro Bowl.
He looks like a Pro Bowl, pass rusher. Oh, my God.
Is he going to be there at 4, you think?
That might not be a bad selection.
We'll take him.
Dude, that might not be a bad choice for the Patriots.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
What a beast.
And that's Tyler Warren, number 44 as well.
Yep.
And Drew Aller had a terrific season. His final pass of the night was just one that I think is unfortunately going to be living with that kid today. And for the immediate future, obviously, he's got a bright future ahead of himself. We'll see what he does moving forward. But that set up Notre Dame for the game-winning field goal. And Riley Leonard played a terrific game last night, I thought. And, the interception at the end was as costly as they come. And it set up Mitch Jeter, the transfer from South Carolina, to win it all with his dad shooting the game-winning field goal on his phone and then putting it in his pocket and then beginning the celebration. His father, as Sean McDonough kept mentioning, a chiropractor,
right,
who had helped his son nurse his son back from injury. If this wasn't Notre Dame, I would have thought that's a very Jewish story. If it wasn't Notre Dame, that sounds like half the people I went to camp with. Oh, my dad's a chiropractor, and he helped me out. But congratulations to Notre Dame. And this fella, Marcus Freeman. I mean, Notre Dame, you could say, is a very 21st century college football team. I know they play like a champion today. Rudy, Newt Rockney. I know they're old school, right?
For the Gipper.
But you've got a team full of transfers from Duke and Clemson, Marshall, South Carolina. We kind of went through all that after Notre Dame advanced to the college football semifinal because of how many transfers they have and how that minute and a half period that Notre Dame got against Georgia to get through with a sack force fumble by a Duke transfer to lead to a Duke quarterback to throw to a Clemson transfer and then a Marshall transfer led off the next series after that touchdown after halftime with a return for a touchdown. And Mitch Jeter, the aforementioned field goal kicker, is a South Carolina transfer. That the transfer portal has helped Notre Dame get to where it is now, along with obviously a terrific recruiting process and a head coach. You want to talk about a 21st century college football story, okay? Brian Kelly decides to leave for greener, apparently, SEC pastures in LSU. And he does so on the eve of the announcement of the college football playoffs. He left in late November of 2021. And then on December 2nd, 2021, Notre Dame turns to their 35-year-old defensive coordinator who had been with the program for all of less than 1 year because Brian Kelly hired Marcus Freeman from the staff in Cincinnati to be his defensive coordinator. He doesn't have a Notre Dame history at all. He's an Ohio State Buckeye as a player. Wouldn't that be an interesting final? And which it very well could be. And he was at Notre Dame for less than a year. And the players start, tweeting out that they want him. And Notre Dame, to its credit, says, all right, we'll go with a guy who's never done it before at the highest level of head coaching. We'll go with a guy in his mid-30s. The kids love him. We see him. And I guess they knew at the time what we're all finding out. He's terrific. And in this day and age of transfer portal for kids and head coaches, he takes the gig, and look where they are now. They're playing for the national championship, which even as recently as week 2, after losing at home to Northern Illinois on NBC, we'll talk about, I guess, late 20th century, early 21st century story, which is the home of Notre Dame football, which is why they're independent, because they got their own deal with a television network, just one with NBC. They've made it. After losing to Northern Illinois, they're playing for college football's greatest prize against either Texas or the Ohio State, Marcus Freeman's alma mater. This was the coach after the. Speaking at a personal level about what I believe Marcus Freeman's greatest achievement is he's been on here multiple times. We had him on after he took the job. He's been on multiple times. He was on just before the college football playoff, right, when it looked like he might be playing Tennessee. Remember that, the final week? He wound up playing Indiana. On a personal level, I think Marcus Freeman's greatest achievement is me when I watch this team. I kind of like Notre Dame football.
I've been hearing that a lot.
I can't believe I just said
Traditional
those words.
haters.
Let me just say this. Okay. When I was a senior in college, and I finally got to cover the Michigan football team. Bo Schembechler's final season, didn't know it at the time, but you work hard. You work the beat, of other sports for years at the Michigan Daily, the greatest student publication in the United States of America, if I may say so. At any rate, I'm sophomore year, junior year, I finally get into that press box, sitting there on the 50-yard line, which is where, again, they put the University of Michigan, put the Michigan Daily reporters. I'm sitting there, first game, Notre Dame at Michigan. And I'm like, this is the greatest day of my life. I can't believe that I'm here, finally here, and let's go. Michigan can win it all this year. And then a guy named Rocket Ishmael comes out with his golden dome and runs one back for a touchdown. And apparently, on a kickoff, Bo Schembechler, as Laura says, went into the locker room and said, we're going to kick it off to that effing rocket, and you're going to put that effing rocket down on the ground. And you know what he did? He ran it back the other way for a touchdown. Two of them. Ruined the day, and then you start talking about this and that and the other thing. And I despise Notre Dame football. And Lou Holtz is one of my least favorite people to root for. Ever. Anywhere. Couldn't even watch him on TV. I'll say it again. I watch Rudy hoping he pops a quad at the end. Maybe it's a different story at the end. This business, it's, oh, God. It's like, no, actually, oh, God. Like the deities created this program. That was always the sense of Notre Dame. Better than you. We're better than you because do you have God on your side?
Right.
That is always the implication.
Mm-hmm.
Always has been the implication. Leprechauns and all this stuff.
Down Jesus.
Oh, I had no idea. You want to talk about the 12th man? My goodness. And this guy has a totally different approach. I almost texted congratulations to Jerome Bettis last night, but still couldn't.
Oh, what? Come on.
Still
Do it
couldn't.
right now.
He's not
do
that-
it right now.
He's not that big of a man, though, is what he's saying.
Come on.
You know.
Not yet.
Come on.
I'm growing.
Come on.
Have you not heard me over the last 2 minutes?
Yo, the fact that you even thought about it, that signifies growth,
Yes.
Rich.
Thank you. Stop it.
Tim Brown,
Signifies growth on
Jerome,
your
Brady
part.
Quinn. Come on, shoot him a
there's many,
tag.
no, there's many I've met and I like.
Come on.
You know, stop it.
Come on.
You.
Zach Martin.
No, people who never went to the school, but, just root for them.
Stop. Oh, wait a minute. Now I take umbrage with
Yeah,
that.
shots fired, Mike.
Okay.
Not all of us could get in
But
the
Marcus Freeman is he's
couldn't sweep the floor.
what's not to, honestly, you look at that team and their performance and their heart and their grit and their smarts and their coach, and you go, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I know.
What's not to like?
I agreed.
I'm having a hard time with this.
I'm telling you, he's
What's
gonna
not to like?
he's gonna get interviews over the weekend for,
Think
for
so?
NFL openings.
I don't think he's going to do that because he can't.
There's 10 days till the title game.
I know that. And you can't do that right now. He won't do that right now. You have to ask permission to do it. It would be public everywhere. He's got 10 days to go. He just talked about putting Notre Dame football in front of everything else. And he got the job based on the fact that somebody bolted in between their final game. He coached the Fiesta Bowl that year. That was his first game as head coach of Notre Dame was a bowl game. It could have been a college football playoff game for all Brian Kelly really knew when he went off to LSU. Now, he may take he can interview starting January 21st if that's what he really wants to do. But right now, I don't think so. But, man, congratulations to Notre Dame fans. You're playing for it all. And if it's them versus Ohio State, I really don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, I can't.
But have you noticed what I've done over the last couple of weeks is I've started talking about a college football playoff game professionally and then ended unprofessionally.
Yes. It's a special gift you have.
I evolve and then completely devolve, but that makes me human. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.